On the sidelines of the second Pan-African Youth Forum, where the 1 million by 2021 Chairpersons Initiative on Youth was launched and unveiled, we bring you the Inspirational Couch, happening at the AUC headquarters in Addis Ababa, where we dialogue, engage, and talk and conversate with brilliant young people from across the continent. My name is Kholekile Mnisi, Okamhule Numdana Sanbonani, Bonjour, Salam, Hola, and hello.
Okay, I'm Zwet Ndwandwe from the Kingdom of Eswatini. I'm here as a photographer, basically just contributing to the media team, the media and communications team. I'm actually driven by passion, I'd say, because I think one of the things that I really like to see is young people making a positive contribution to their communities, to where they are, to actually improving their situations or their environment. I have now a photography company. It's called Kusekhaya, which essentially means home is home. It came out as a product basically of an interest in telling the Swazi story from a Swazi perspective. To say, we're tired of when you go to the internet, mainly when you were searching about issues around Swaziland, or when you just search Swaziland, it was mainly stories about the pervasive poverty, a declining an economy in decline, all those negative stuff. But then, having lived in Swaziland for 30 plus years and knowing the kind of environment that's there, I think it's all the narrative that was out there wasn't really telling the full story. So I took it upon myself to say, I want to create now this platform called Ekhaya, which then would actually add to that, to say, also, much as there are issues around the poverty that we cannot escape, there are issues around unemployment, there are issues around the economy, the declining economy. But there's still other positives that are happening out there, and that we actually need to start sharing and actually try to change the narrative, because we get thrown into all the negativity and start believing that we can really do nothing about changing the situation. It also speaks to the issue of migration. To say, I think to some extent, we tend to then think, well, if only I could get a job in South Africa, or if only I could get a job somewhere else, then I would be better off. But then, at the end of the day, even if I would go to work in Ethiopia, Nairobi, or anywhere, at the end of the day, I would need to come back home. Yeah. Home is home. So if I don't take the initiative to actually improve that space, I could go for 10 years, I'll come back and find it still the same. Exactly. Yeah. It's quite a marvel when you attend all these youth seminars, these workshops and everything. You see young people with brilliant ideas, but I think we get stuck in a certain linear way of living. To say, this is what expected of me as an African child. I need to go to school, go to university, get a job, I get married, I retire, but we really are not encouraged to explore our other talents. Now it's an opportunity for me to say, this is the contribution that I can make at the continental level. And this is what we young Africans want to do. This is the direction that we want to drive the continent towards. To say, we want to be able to tell our own stories. We want to be there when Africa needs us, when Africa needs the young people, the young talented people who are actually doing amazing things out there. I think essentially the key message is Africa is ours. And if we don't take the time to improve it, if we don't take the time to contribute positively to what Africa is right now, if we don't want to utilize our talents, if we don't want to utilize our gifts, if we don't want to come together and work as a unit. We want an Africa where we're able to come from different parts of the continent, sit on the table together, say, guys, this is what we want to do, this is our goal, this is how we're going to do it. You have a set of skills that I don't have, he has a certain set of skills that you don't have. So how do we bring it all together for the benefit of the continent? I think I'm on every social media platform. Well, Kusekhaya on Instagram. It's Ekhaya Kusekhaya on Facebook. Anywhere you see this logo, then you know it's, yeah, that's a guy.
Hey, thank you so much. Hey, listen, prosper.